Thai people, listen carefully. I have just returned from the war zone.
The closest I've been to the conflict, and it's really odd because, oh, there we go. Did you hear that?
And from the displacement camps. I stood among families who fled with nothing. I spoke to people sleeping on floors, under plastic, surrounded by fear. This is not a story, this is lived reality. The world is not buying what you are being fed. Donald Trump publicly stated that the landmine incident was not a malicious act. Brazil has openly voiced support for Cambodia. One of your own ministers admitted the truth that the world pretends neutrality, but in reality supports Cambodia. That is not propaganda. That is cracks forming in a lie. Now look at the defence narrative you are given. F-16 jets flying 100 kilometres into another country is not defence. It is invasion. Bombs do not land that deep by accident. Drones do not select targets by confusion. I was there in Phoi Phet. Bombs were falling all around me. I had a Thai drone bomb sent to blow me up for getting too close to a Cambodian casino in Khmer territory. A civilian site, a place Thailand has no legal authority to police. That is not defence, that is terror. The proof is on film, on my Facebook. All of this is justified to you by claims of a single landmine. Even the President of the United States says it was not malicious. Yet you are told mass bombardment is reasonable. Ask yourself who benefits from that narrative. Look at the human cost I just walked through. Entire communities displaced, families driven from homes, children injured, civilians killed, camps filled with people who were farmers, shopkeepers, students just yesterday and are now homeless. Homeless at Christmas. Civilian homes destroyed, schools damaged, clinics hit, markets emptied, pagodas scarred, temples destroyed. Temples you claim are spiritually yours. This is not collateral. This is consequence. International pressure is building, and it is not on Cambodia. Cambodia formally called on the United Nations to deploy an independent fact-finding mission and condemned Thai armed aggression. ASEAN foreign ministers raised alarm over civilian casualties and displacement. China sent a special envoy urging an immediate ceasefire and de-escalation. Australia and France publicly warned against attacks on civilian areas. Civil society is speaking louder every day. Human rights organisations are calling for an immediate ceasefire and protection of civilians. Regional civil society networks issued joint statements condemning cross-border attacks and hate-driven propaganda. Campaigns are growing internationally calling for suspension of military support to Thailand because civilians are being bombed. These are not governments chasing influence. These are people defending humanity. Now look at motive. 7 Cambodian provinces have been attacked. They directly align with the old 1904 provinces that Cambodia reclaimed legally. This is not about safety. This is a land grab driven by an imperialistic regime and enforced by a bloodthirsty military machine protected by the Thai deep state. Look at the propaganda you are fed daily. Racist narratives, dehumanization of Cambodians, painting civilians as threats to justify violence. This is how a state turns its people into cover for crimes. The world is watching you, and the image forming is brutal. Thailand is increasingly seen as a vicious, racist, terrorist state, not because of Thai people, because of what is being done in your name. You are not generals. You are not the palace. You are not the propaganda offices. You are human beings. I just walked through camps filled with people who lost everything. Parents holding children who wake up screaming from drones. Elderly people who will never return home. The suffering exists because silence allows it. If you still have a conscience, then use it. Reject lies, reject racism, reject imperial ambition. Stand up and say, not in my name. History is watching, and it's watching you right now. Choose humanity.